Lucas.
I did have Lucas, and that was a while back when I didn't know what direction this is going to go. But have you met Rob? Did you meet?
We did. Yeah, we talked briefly.
You did.
Yes.
Okay. So this podcast, it's taken off, man. You know, kind of like your career. Okay, kind of like your fastball a little bit. It's blowing up, and so I started looking at guys. It's called Swing Hard podcast number what? 51, man.
51.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm really good at this, RJ, and I like to stay humble. You know that. And we are with RJ Gordon, and we're gonna start this thing now. What we'll do is, RJ, we can edit shit in, shit out. Doesn't matter what you go with it. And then we'll send it off to you. If you don't like it, what's on there, we can always pull whatever you want, right? But you're pulling no punches here, man. You got that?
Gotcha.
What I want is straight up honesty from your career. And what's going on today? Talk to me. So we're with the podcast is called Swing Hard, and we add in case you hit it. So go after something. And we've had major league players, we've had minor league players, we've had actors, and we've had major stars and singers. Just we had Jimmy Pardo last week as a comedian, but the goal of this is to have guys like yourself that have played youth baseball and now are on, and then high school baseball, and now is at the University of Oregon. Am I right?
You're right. You're so right.
Hey, tell me about Oregon. Let's go right to the Oregon. Okay. How do you like it out there? Tell me about University of Oregon, why there, and what got you up there.
Yeah, so the weather sucks, but other than that, I love it here. So when I was going through the whole recruiting deal, I came down to my last two choices were here and Hawaii. So kind of opposite sides of the deal, but so I took both visits, and to me, Hawaii wasn't really, I wanted to go somewhere where it was going to be competitive, more harder for me, really. So I kind of figured the coach at Hawaii basically said, like, yeah, you come here, you're going to play right away, the whole deal. Coach Waz said, like, no, like, I don't, you got to fucking earn it, basically. And if you don't earn it, you're out of here, pretty simply. Wow.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that hard, doesn't really care what you think. So I went there, came here. My freshman year, fall, was brutal. I thought I was hot stuff, didn't really work, the whole deal. And if it weren't for COVID, because COVID expanded rosters, so that you didn't have to cut anybody. It could be big and whatever you wanted it to be. They said, I had a Zoom meeting for my exit meeting, and they said if it weren't for COVID rosters, you'd be cut, like, you're out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really bad. So they basically said, you could leave, you can come back. We're not going to redshirt you. You're not going to play. So I said, F that. Like, I'm here. I'm going to try and make something of this. And I remember saying at the end of the Zoom meeting, like, Coach, I know you think this way, but, like, I'm going to come back and flip the switch. And he said, flip the switch is not in my vocabulary, and ended the Zoom meeting. And I was like, whoa. So it kind of put a fire on my ass.
Yeah.
So I got to work. I was 179 pounds in the fall. I came back at 198 and just really worked my tail off.
Let me go. Well, I'm going to continue this. Let me go back a little bit. This is a great topic, man. This is why we get you guys on a Zoom. And people think, man, coach says to me, you're not very good. Really what he's telling you, he's asking you to leave you can look at it two ways.
Yeah.
He's saying, hey, RJ, we love you. Good kid. We recruited you. You're making me look bad. Whatever. It doesn't matter what his shit is. Yeah. But I'd like you to go someplace else. So then maybe we can start this thing off. Yeah. And then you come back and piss him off by telling him, I'm going to flip the switch. And he's like, I know as a coach, I don't think you will. He's got zero confidence in you, or a little bit. Am I right there?
Yeah. Exactly right. Yeah.
And then, so you got to come back. And so that moment of when he unzooms you right there, or it just turns you off, you got to make a decision right there. don't you? On what am I going to do? You call the parent, whatever. What are you going to do?
Yeah, it was really just, it almost, for the coach, like for recruiting and the whole deal. I mean, me leaving it helps them, my scholarship money can go to somebody else.
Right.
It frees room up for roster, it frees room up in the locker room. They don't got to pay for my meals, the whole deal.
Right.
So it's like, okay, Gordon's gone. Like, we got more room. We can recruit a new guy to come in next year.
Yes.
And I was just kind of like, nah, F that. Like, I came here for this specific reason that if I'm not going to play, if I'm not going to make the roster, then I'm not going to even be able to play Major League Baseball. So what's the point of me just leaving and going the easy way? So I'm going to make it as hard as I can to see if I'm actually going to thrive and keep going.
So on a staff of, what do they have at a staff in college baseball? 12, maybe? How many? What's the staff of the travel?
Yeah, the travel roster is 27, but for pitchers, there's 13 of us.
There is. Okay, so you're at that point then when you go in. So when you went to Oregon, they recruited you as a right-handed pitcher, correct?
I went as a two-way.
You did?
Yeah, I did go in as a two-way, and I got, I think there was 4 or 5 two-ways that were there in the fall of my freshman year. And I lasted the longest, and I went into, I think it was like October 15th or something like that. This Coach Martyr, who went to Thousand Oaks, and came up to me right before practice and said, hey, like, you're not going to hit anymore. You're just going to focus on pitching and see if you could, earn a spot there. I mean, I was
Coach
at the
Martyr,
bottom of the barrel.
Man, God dang it. That's called, reality. It doesn't matter. You have this fantasy. It's not a fantasy. You believe it. I'm a two-way guy. I'm a two-way guy. Hunter Green thought he was a two-way guy when the Reds drafted him, and he knew it about the first 10 days. I'm not a two-way guy. And I love what you said. I lasted the longest. What you're saying, a two-way guy, by the way, out there, those are listening, position/pitcher. And to say last the longest, when we see pitchers come in, I remember as a head coach at a college and even in high school, you see guys go in and want to go two-way guys. You could do it in high school. By the way, RJ Gordon, starting right-handed pitcher for the University of Oregon, the Ducks, played for me as a batter's kid, played for me at high school, and is a beautiful family, a beautiful family. First of all, this is, get honest. Does your mother still have a crush on me? Because I don't know if I need to get that out.
I don't know. I can call her and ask her.
Yeah, not right now. Please don't. Okay, it scares me. Don't do it.
Every mother has a crush on you.
Yeah, no. That was such a bullshit move. I remember having this kid when your mom showed up and your dad would show up and your mom would show up and I think, oh my God, she's arrived. My future wife she's here. I don't think I said 2 words to her. Later on, I got more comfortable. How's your sister doing too, brother? How's your sister?
She's good. She's playing tennis in high school right now.
What grade is she? What is she?
Freshman.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you were at Oregon, though, when this two-way stuff, when you say you last the longest, it's got to be uncomfortable as a player. You the other pitchers and players are going, come on, bro. Come on, man. It's am I right?
Yeah. And I also so one of my roommates, I have 3 roommates. There's 4 of us in an apartment. I actually got in the fall, I think I only had 2 hits, and my best hit was off him, and it was a 2 RBI double.
Okay.
Down the right field line, and I still fucking gave him shit for it. Yeah.
Your last at bat as an Oregon Duck was a double down a right field line off your roommate right there.
During a scrimmage in the fall, yeah.
But now you're going through, so we're going to fast forward this a little bit. You went from head coach asking you to, in a nice way, hey brother, the exit interviews. Those exit interviews got to be rough on a college kid.
Yeah, I mean, all the coaches are just sitting there. I mean, our last 2 practices got cut short during the fall, so I would have had mine in person. But since they got cut short, me and my roommate, who's from Fresno, just hopped in the car and went home. And then they said, hey, we're still going to have them in person. So we said, well, we're gone. So I would have had it in person, and it would have been probably a lot more scary. Right. But yeah, all 5 or 6 coaches just sitting on the Zoom, staring at you, telling you suck.
So you went, yeah. And whether they're saying it or not, maybe they're not saying it, you're thinking it. That's for damn sure. That you're damn sure. So you go then now. You go from that to working out in the fall and in 178 to 197. What'd you have to do to get better for that, brother?
I mean, I had to eat a lot of food. I hopped on a crazy mass gainer. I did 2 lifts a day. It was a month. We had a month off because of COVID. So I had the entire, like, it was like November to middle of December. I mean, just pounded the weights, pounded the food, and put on weight pretty quickly. I mean, I was really skinny. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't lifting heavy. I mean, I lifted with my dad, who, is jacked. So it was rough on that. I had to, lift twice a day and really switch my routine pretty crazy.
Right.
But I mean, it was all worth it.
But you always were athletic. I'm telling you that you were our guy, I mean, in Santa Clarita and then with Batters, you were our guy. When RJ was there, we were begging you were playing on multiple teams as a young kid, and Gordon's going to come. He's there. You were always the guy. Different level being the guy, though, is it, when you get up to the college level? Different. There's a lot of guys.
Every guy is the guy. I mean, everyone's really freaking good. So, I mean, even if I mean, you can be replaced. Like, someone gets hurt, like, next man up. I mean, so easily. Every single dude is a dude.
God dang, man, RJ, I remember that. They are, and you have to walk around still, though. Like, you can't show any weakness out. You're going.
Yeah.
This guy's a dude. The guy behind you, your roommate's a dude. They're not, and I remember coaching and playing that level. My roommate, I remember when I played in college, I had a guy that, first of all, they told me I was the guy before I arrived.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a second baseman. Denny, we're going to build our program around you, man. We think you got this. We think you're this. You're thinking, and I thought, man, chest out, I'm there. I arrived in the fall in August, and we go to your spot. I'm the second baseman, and I'm thinking, there were 7 flipping guys behind me.
Yeah. They tell every single guy the same story, that you're the guy we're building our program around.
I remember, I appreciate that. What are you going to tell a guy to go, hey, because we're trying to sell an RJ Gordon. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get a right hand there. What are you throwing out, RJ? About 92, 93? Where you at?
Yeah, I mean, I'll sit around 90, 92. In the summer, I hit 97 during summer games. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. We got by the way, we got a college pitcher right here in our producer, Rob. And he wants to chime in because he thinks he's better than everybody. So I want to hear Bishop.
Well, no, I just want to say that, I was a good hitter. Quote, I'm doing air quotes here. Yeah. Good hitter in high school, number 1 or 2 on my team. And then the reality sank in. As soon as I walked on the field, they said, no, pitchers don't hit. Yeah. So we lived for the days where we could actually take batting practice. They would do those days every once in a while, and all the position players would laugh at us.
No.
Like, oh, really? That's you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but my biggest question for you, RJ, is not only did you have to gain weight and gain muscle, but you had to sort of get your body together and throw strikes along with all that extra muscle and weight too, right? How did you figure that out in just that short of time?
Yeah, the biggest thing for a college pitcher, you have to realize that college hitters really do suck. If you can throw 2 pitches for strikes, you're gonna be fine. I mean,
hold on a second. We're gonna keep that in there because who are you playing this weekend?
Cal.
Okay.
And I'm starting tomorrow.
College hitters really do suck.
Okay, good to know. If you command your pitches well, you're not going to get hurt.
Right on. What are your and we're on here right now, but what are the pitches you're throwing how did you got them all over the place? Because I lost your.
No, you can hear me.
Oh, you can hear me, RJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, it's fucking impressive. I mean, it's just good talking to you, my friend. It really is. You're such an adult. I knew you as a freaking 10-year-old, 11-year-old, man. And so I'm here looking at your face going, you haven't changed a bit. 2 pitches. What are the 2 pitches you need? Fastball and what? Anything else?
Yeah. So, I mean, as a reliever, fastball, slider. As a starter, you usually see 3 to 4. I throw fastball, knuckle curve, changeup are my 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, over the break, Jim Wagner, who also.
Wags. Yes.
Wags. Yep. Was with him almost every day, just working on command and all my pitches. And I mean, for example, with like how I said college hitters suck if you command 2 pitches well.
Right.
In the fall, I wasn't throwing strikes, and so they could just sit fastball middle, and they're just going to crank it. Any hitter can hit a fastball middle if they know it's coming.
Yes.
if I just tone, not stop trying to throw so hard. I mean, if I can't command 92, if it's in the dirt every time, it's not going to do me any good. But if I'm just commanding 88 on the corners, I'm going to live. Like I'm
Yeah. Hey
So-
man, 88 on the corners. I'll take that right now. I'll take 80 on the corner right now. But so you are the Friday night guy at University of Oregon.
I am, yes.
You went from, and the Friday night guys, we all
He's
know
a stud, right?
that's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy. We on the 3-game series, University of Oregon, you got Cal this weekend. We want to win game one. Everybody wants to win game one, man. So in the term of growing up has always been, hey man, who's your Friday night guy? And you went from maybe not getting back to Oregon, maybe not going back. The coaches had his brother. He'd say, nah, man, we're good. We'll find next man up, like you said. To the Friday night guy, how does that happen, kiddo?
I mean, just it's really just manifesting it. I knew last year I wasn't going to be a starter. For me, it was just, how the hell am I going to even get some innings last year? And so I got my 20 innings last year out of the pen, and I was like, that was huge. This year, from day one of being here, I had sticky notes all over my room. I actually have one right here. It says Friday Night Lights. So that was like my motto. And it was just staring at it everywhere I was. It's in my locker. It's on my hat. Just manifesting that I'm going to be the Friday guy. And just, really, at this beginning of the year, I wasn't the Friday guy. I got put in the pen for the first few series. Our Friday guy was Adam Meyer, who's a transfer from Canada, who's nasty. He got hurt. He had elbow surgery. And I was having good outings out of the pen. And so I threw really well against Stanford out of the pen and threw 3 or 4 innings against them. And then just the next weekend, they just said, hey, you're gonna throw Friday, and that's where I'm at now.
That's right.
So, yeah.
God, that's beautiful.
That's
man.
awesome.
That's
That's
a
a
great
good
story
story.
right there. And I should get a lot of that credit though, RJ.
All of the credit.
Okay. I don't know if you have any post-it notes going. Thank you, Coach Denny. Thank you, Coach Bear. Thank you, Coach Bear. That's it. It is such an honor to go on and as a coach, we don't get paid a ton of money. We get paid. By the way, though, my batters team, look it up on Perfect Game, ranked 3 in California, 30 in the nation. How about that?
Ooh, nice.
14, yeah. Phil Hanley the other day says best batters team we ever had. We had Gordon out there, and we had Parentoni, and we had
Steven,
Ben
Ciccarelli, and
exactly.
Griffin. Who else we got? Yeah.
Yeah. You guys would come out and to see that. Again, your mom would flirt with me. Obviously, I had to get past that, but then you'd come out there and just dominate, man. It was fun. But what I'm seeing though is you had to continue to get better.
Yeah. Anytime I've had some pretty bad starts this year. Like my last start, threw against Washington State against Friday. And it's really not taking any team for granted and taking any routine. You're staying on your routine and just finding ways to have like that little edge to be better than the team you're throwing against. And really, any team in D1 college baseball is going to be good and going to be able to compete with you.
Right.
So when I throw against UCLA and I throw really well, and then Washington State, who's supposedly the worst team in the pack, and I just get shelled, it makes no sense.
No,
and it's me taking the supposedly worst team for granted compared to, it's UCLA, bow down. I'm going to step up and throw well against this team.
Right. So it sounds mental.
It is. It's really mental. It is.
Yeah. I know it is. You get in there. I played up at Pullman when I was the head coach at Lewis Clark State, not the head coach, assistant coach at Lewis Clark State. We had a series against Washington State every week. We were on a Tuesday, the midweek series with them.
Mm-hmm.
To play in Pullman's not easy, brother, though. You know that.
They came here this year.
Oh, okay.
We were there last year. I threw there last year. I threw a couple innings there last year. I hate Pullman.
Yeah.
That place is a wind tunnel to right field.
Yeah.
I hate it. That's my least favorite field in the pack.
When you mention it, and only guys that have been there that have been there, like you said, have gone, man, we'd play there at night, and you're exactly right. And that was it was uncomfortable, and it's not the fans are pretty strong, but shit, you get there, and as a pitcher, tell me about the environment around you, man. You got to create a positive environment when you're on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing at home. it's 60 feet 6 inches. You're at home at Oregon. You're at UCLA. You're at Pullman, but you're a pitcher, Rob, as well. But I think the mental part of it is, how do you create? By the way, the Friday night guy, man, most teams are preparing for the Friday night guy. You know that. They're doing they're preparing all weekend. We'll face Gordon, we'll face Meyer, we'll face Barrett. But the Friday game gets much more attention with your hitting coaches and so forth. They're trying to make that thing work. It is such a challenge to go. How do you put yourself in a mental? You did a bullpen yesterday, yeah?
Yeah, I did throw a pen yesterday. Yeah.
What's a pen? Tell us what a pen consists of for a guy throwing Friday night. Yeah.
A lot of people like to do touch and feel stuff. I will never do touch and feel.
What does that mean?
Touch and feel, just throwing your pitches to see how they feel, throwing, not really competitive for a sense. You're not working against anybody. You're just throwing for comfortability.
Yeah. Like soft toss as a hitter, I guess.
Yeah. Just feeling good, basically. Not hitting off the 82 mile per hour curveball machine that's going to eat you up.
Right.
So what I do, I actually do 2 pens this week. I throw 2 pens a week before my starts. So I threw one Monday and I threw one yesterday. We have those little hitter dummies. We have this string thing that shows where the strike zone is.
Sure.
And my coach will come and we call these competitive pens. And basically you have to execute 3 of the pitches he calls in a row. So say the first 3 is just a fastball glove side. You got to execute 3 in a row. If you don't execute one, a runner gets put on first. So if I execute 2, then my third pitch I throw is inside. It's a ball, not glove side, runner on first. So now I'm out of the stretch, and basically it just keeps going. So if I don't execute again, then it's a runner on second. Now I got pressure on me. I have to keep executing 3 in a row until once I execute 3 in a row with a runner on, then I'm back in the windup. I'm back to being comfortable, and I just move on to a curveball or a changeup or whatever it is. Wow. So it's really just breaking down how important executing is and how being in a stressful situation really matters in a bullpen.
Go ahead. You got something? Yeah.
Well, I wanted to add on too about the mental preparation too, and who you surround yourself with, RJ.
Mm-hmm.
You said you had 3 roommates.
Mm-hmm.
It's important, at least when I was in school, is none of us are really taking each other serious. I mean, we are, cracking on each other hourly, every 15, 10 minutes, and just to keep things loose. Is that sort of the way it works with you and your roommates? Are you very close with them and they just keep you grounded, I guess? Yeah,
I'm really close with them. My other 3 roommates, one of them is a position player, one of them is an outfielder. And the other 2 are pitchers. One of them is the Saturday guy, and another one is our main guy at the pen, who's a lefty. But we're always talking smack, just going back and forth with each other. But at the same time, if we have to check each other up on something, like we did something that we're not supposed to in a game, or that's bullshit, we're going to tell each other and keep each other accountable.
Hey man, that's huge. Now back to that bullpen. That makes sense. God, you've grown up, man. I'm looking at you. God dang, you've grown up. You've grown up. It's in part of my this thing we do with Swing Hard with RJ Gordon, Friday Night Thrower for University of Oregon, and I see those unis, man. Talk to me about those freaking unis. I mean, come on, man.
Those unis, so they're ridiculous. So we do. See, on our home series Fridays, we wear whites. So we wear white with a green O and long white pants.
Yeah.
Saturday we wear pinstripes with short pants. Sundays we'll wear green with long white pants. Then on the road, Fridays we have black with long grays. Saturdays we have flock, which are gray with the duck logo all over them, which is pretty cool.
Saw that.
Sundays we have a green also. So we got, I think, 6 combos we'll wear, or 7 or something like that.
God dang it. You guys got to have a uniform guy, right? You're not bringing that. RJ, I know you, and I got a lot of confidence in you. I want to love you, but there's no way if I had to bring your 12, all our batters kids, we wouldn't have that thing figured out. Ben Griffin, he couldn't figure out to throw he's if I'm colorblind, I'm having a hard time going to Oregon. They're putting those uniforms up there for you already, correct?
Yeah. They're in our lockers. They clean it all for us. We don't have to do anything with any of our clothes or laundry. It's all there, pretty packed for us. Put this on your pants. Put this on your shirt, and kind of babied a little bit. But
how many people at an Oregon game? A lot of people in home games.
Yeah, it depends. So we just play Oregon State Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday for our first of 5 games against them, and it was sold out pretty much. It was awesome. We also had a game against our Sunday game against Washington State was pretty much sold out because the football spring game was going on right before it, so everyone just piled in right after that. But I mean, it kind of depends on the weather. Really depends on the weather. If it's cold and rainy out, we won't get a ton of people. Mostly family. But as we're getting into May, the weather's getting nicer, a lot more sunny. So we're gonna start getting some good turnouts.
That Northwest weather sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's brutal.
I mean, I don't want to piss the people off up there, and you're the guy, so you got to watch out what you say. You got to just say, I love this Northwest weather. I've always wanted to raise my family here. You want people to support you. You got that, but
I know the rain and cold.
When I was coach at Lewis Clark State College, which is on the border of Washington, and like I said, 20 miles from Pullman, but we'd go in there and play not Oregon. We'd play Washington State, Washington, but I used to would feel that there's a different climate up there, just a different, especially if you're a Southern Cal guy.
I mean, it just feels like when we get 60-degree weather, I mean, because I've been up here so much, I'm sweating. Like I'm not used to, like when I come home over the summer or wherever I go, wherever there's sun, I mean, it's going to be bad. Like it's going to take me a little bit to be used to. It's just because it's so cold.
Hey, talk to me about, now you're a sophomore or a junior? You're going as a sophomore?
I'm a sophomore. Yeah.
You're a sophomore. Your goal is to make it to the major leagues, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's my goal. Yeah.
That's it. I mean, and you believe that's what you want to do. That you want.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
And did you want to do when you were 11 and 10?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's all I feel like I've ever wanted to do is play Major League Baseball.
So you got to a point at 10 or 11, and I knew there's a fantasy and a reality, and these kids like yourself that have the ability. And then you had a choice as you got to with that exit interview with your coaches at Oregon. Didn't have it at Notre Dame. Did that exit. You took care of yourself and got to a better place for you. You know, I was. We'll leave that one alone. But one of my all-time favorite players is you, RJ. Always have it. Just the way you. That's what keeps us in this game. But there's a moment, man, when you can go left or right of not playing anymore. You could sit there and say, screw it. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Did you have that moment, or did you say, not a chance?
Yeah, I never really had where I wanted to hang him up, but it was more if I wanted to go find the easier route of going somewhere to play right away.
Yeah.
Rather than having to really just nut up and finding a way to do it at Oregon and proving something to myself that I really can play baseball at a high level. And so that's why I went that way compared to going somewhere where, hey, you know, you're going to play right away, whatever it may be.
I thought that, I see the same thing. I see guys transfer a lot.
There are a lot of transfers.
There's a lot of transfers. And the reality is you transfer, and it may sound great. I'm going to transfer from Oregon to TCU, or I'm going to transfer wherever. Give me it. Doesn't matter. The problem is when you transfer, you're also going with yourself. It's if that makes any sense.
Yeah. There's no. You're not. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You're going there. You're going to still have to compete for innings. You're going to still have to get better, bigger, stronger, faster, and compete. Now, there's reasons why guys transfer. There could be financial reasons. There could be reasons. I get it. But I love the thought that you saying the easier way would be to transfer, and the most difficult is to stay right here and compete my ass off and go. Yeah. Has he said to you that, coach? And I don't trying to get personal here. Does he ever come back to you and say, hey, man, you really worked
all the time?
He does.
Whenever I'm slacking, in all honesty, there's multiple times where multiple of the coaches have said, like, do you remember what you did to us?
Yeah.
You remember that you just completely crapped on our chests?
What you did to us. Yeah. So
my pitching coach at one point, I think I was throwing my pitching coach and my head coach in that freshman fall, I was throwing a bullpen with a hitter standing in. So it wasn't like I was trying to get him out. I was just doing my bullpen and he was just taking hacks. I couldn't throw a strike for my life. I couldn't do it. And they both said, if you cannot throw a strike in this pen, like, we're sending you to JUCO tomorrow.
Wow.
So, my first outing this year, at San Diego out of the pen. Came in, threw 4 straight balls. Pitching coach comes out and basically says, "Who the heck is this guy? This is not the guy I told. This is the guy I told was going to go to JUCO. This is not who I know. Like, what are you doing?" Basically.
Wow.
So they use it all the time for me. And honestly, I need to keep it in the back of my head all the time of just as my like edge to why I'm here. I mean, that's
Yeah,
really
man.
the reason, and use it.
Hey, RJ, I joke about your mom and dad, and I joke about, your family, how close, but who gives you where'd this motivation come from, man? Do you believe, if you look back, if you're looking in the rear view mirror of RJ Gordon's right now, minimal career, because I see it, I can see it as I'm talking to you. There's a future ahead of you, brother. Just from the experience you have, and the experience that you're going to pull from this past year.
Mhm.
You're going to pull that when you go into the minor leagues and the major leagues. But go back to me a little bit. Where's this intrinsic motivation come from, or the kind of guy you are?
Yeah, just my parents. Ever since I was young, it's always been kind of put your head down. Don't worry about stuff you can't control. Just get to work, and it'll all work out in the end. Really, and sometimes, like when bad stuff happens, you don't think it's going to work out, but really just putting your head down and working your tail off. Only positives can come out of that. There's no. What was that?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't even. Yeah, there's just nothing negative can happen if you just work your tail off. Is what the message was from them.
Now, you've been through some adversity. Notre Dame High School.
Mhm.
What the hell's going on? The injury. What injury did you have? Are we allowed to talk about injury?
Yeah. Tore my labrum freshman year.
Yeah.
Yep. Sliding into second base.
I remember
yeah.
you were going to make the varsity as a freshman that year. I'm telling you, because I
Yeah.
know I was behind those doors. You came up to Notre Dame and you're going to play. I mean, you're going to go out there. We had some arms. I think as a freshman, I don't know who was on the mound that year. It was
I think Lucas was there. I think.
yeah, right. Stromsburg, Lucas.
White
Yeah,
there.
right. Yeah. But so you came up as a freshman and he's playing the outfield, was going to start. And he goes in, he's sliding second base, head first into second base. Is that what it was?
Yep. Head first, shoulder popped out of socket. I popped it right back in, and then I kept playing on it.
I know.
Which made it worse.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't throw. I was like, "What's going on?" And yeah.
And the recovery from that took till.
Yeah, I mean, it took a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, still to this day, I still have shoulder problems, and I got a train going by right now.
That's the bigger I thought that was your shoulder going friggin'.
No,
I didn't know if that was your shoulder or the train.
no, I have a train track right outside my window.
Well, how do you guys, you Friday night guy, how do you get a nice apartment right next to the train place?
You know what? I really got blessed to be right by the train. They really want me to get great night of sleep.
Does it go 24 hours, I hope, or does it ever stop?
Oh, no, it goes at night sometimes. Yeah. That's what some melatonin helps a lot.
Yeah, it's exactly right. But it's like the Lucille Ball. Does the place shake at all? Is there any vibration?
No, it doesn't shake.
It doesn't
good.
shake.
No, it's far enough to where I don't feel like it's an earthquake, and we're good.
And is that gonna be next year as well? You guys may be looking for something else. Is that
we're just gonna stay here as of
Like the
now.
routine.
Yeah, just easy. Yeah, it's nice here.
What's happening with Oregon now? Where are you guys at? No, wait, back to the labrum. When that thing was gone, that could have been a time as well. There's something to build off of.
That surgery is Tommy John has a better success rate than labrum surgery. Coming back from labrum surgery is one of the hardest surgeries, if not the hardest surgery for a baseball player to go through, just because the shoulder and success rate is really low.
Was that an issue during recruitment time at all?
No, it wasn't, because by that time I fully recovered. My arm was fine. I was pitching. So I didn't really have any problems there. What I did have a problem this fall with my shoulder too. I did slightly tear my infraspinatus, is what it's called, and it's kind of a similar area. Look at
you growing up, man. Look at that. Say that again. How do you pronounce it?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
So back of the shoulder, had a little issue there. Just need to take care of recovery better. Is really what it is for all baseball players. Is why we have so many shoulder injuries and problems with shoulders. Is just recovery.
It's the recovery time, taking care of that. Man, that thing healed up, because I gotta tell you, RJ, there was a time I thought, man, I knew you could hit. I thought there's no way he's ever gonna throw again, or throw the way he used to throw.
Yeah, I was with you too. That for a while, I mean, even when I first was cleared to be, full go to throw and the whole deal, I was like, I mean, I feel like if I never had that surgery, I'd be throwing 100 miles an hour. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
but there was a time right when I was coming back that I was nervous that it wasn't going to be strong again.
Hey man, I can visualize right now. I can see it. I remember you warming up and you were okay to go.
Mhm.
And there was nothing really there, it more from what I was compared to. You're taking ground balls at short or third or in left field and seeing the ball come out of your hand. You could see when the guy has a live arm. You could see it.
Yeah.
That liveliness wasn't there.
Yeah.
And to hear you say 15 minutes ago, I'm throwing 90. I can hit 97. I'm at 92, living at 92, 94. I mean, I got to tell you, that's just by the grace of God and not just that, but the work you had to put in to get to that spot.
Yeah. And I mean, continued, even though it's still like, I just have to take almost extra care of my arm. I mean, I go in for treatment with our trainer every single day to just do maintenance work on it, just to make sure there's no problems.
Yeah. Because again, the injury is a cystic similain or whatever the hell you call that thing. But I know it's very, I know if I can't pronounce it.
It hurts.
It hurts. Yeah, it does hurt. Hey, you guys, how's Oregon doing right now in the conference?
We're doing really good. We did have a tough weekend against Washington State this past weekend. So we were first in the pack with Oregon State. So we just lost our series against Wazoo. So now I think we're second or third or something like that, but we still got a month left, so we're fine.
Yeah.
We got Cal this weekend for 3. Then we go to Oregon State. We have Oregon State another midweek on Tuesday, and then we play Oregon State for 3. Then we go to Arizona State, and then we play Arizona at home before the Pac-12 tournament. So we're in a good spot. We're going to win this thing, and we'll be good.
Brother, how impressed. I mean, come on. You're living my life right there. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do in life. That last 4 minutes or 30 seconds of explaining, that's all I've ever wanted to do. I wanted to go to Oregon State, then go to Arizona, then Arizona State, Cal, to get beat. You're at home this weekend with Wazoo this past weekend.
Yeah, we were at home against Wazoo, and they took Saturday, Sunday against us, and they shelled me on Friday, and we came out with a walk-off win. We could have walked off every single game, is what it came down to. Every single game, we were Friday, Saturday, we came from behind, and then Sunday we were winning. We were up by I think 6 or 7, and then they came back. So I mean, they just.
So when you you guys leave today's Thursday. You leave today, I bet, right?
Well, we're here.
Oh, you're at home. You're at home.
We're here.
I got you. So when you travel, I saw John Savage. We had a tournament in Notre Dame. We had that Burroughs Classic last week. You see guys. This guy's going here. This guy's going there. When you hear the information of Savage wants to know about our center fielder, then wants to know, we're almost done here. I get it. But as a recruiting guy, as a Friday night guy, next year, our new recruiting class is coming in, don't you?
Yep.
And obviously you have the advantage of your maturity, but shit, man, you got to compete for next year's job.
Oh yeah. I mean, after this year is done, there's no spot. I don't have a spot. Like, I'm not a Friday guy. I'm not a bullpen guy. I'm at the bottom of the barrel, essentially. I mean, everyone is from nothing. Like, no one has a spot.
Right.
Even coming into this year, our starting shortstop, who's Josh Kasovich, who's going to go, it'd be a top 3 rounder. He has no spot. Like, we're all the coaching staff here does a great job of that. You have to really show us. I don't care what you did in the past. I don't care what you did yesterday. Like, you got to prove to me that you're going to play today. Like, it's good.
That's so. What if I sent your coach? What if I'm your father or your mother and I wanted to send coach an email and say, my son really likes the game. He tries hard. Can you imagine?
I wouldn't be surprised if our coach cut that guy because of that.
I remember in year 2000, I'm the head coach at Glendale College. And I remember right away, I knew right away I didn't want to talk to parents. I didn't. And I know they love their kids. That's not what I said. I know you love your kids. But I told the guys, if I get an email from your parent or anybody around your playing time or what have you, that day you're coming to the game, you're sitting in the stands with your parents. And I tell you, the guys looked at me and they were so panicked. And some say, well, coach, what if I can't control your parents? Oh, no. You can control them. You want to make them. Yeah, you tell them. You're adults now. You tell them. And my God, it was the other thing we did when the kids were here. Parents would email all the time. And I'm a college guy. And then all of a sudden I'm coaching you younger guys. And and I see the parents sitting in the stands. Your parents never like that. Your dad was there, your mom was over there, and I think that has a lot to do with. And I want to the love your parents have for you. They're always going to have that love for you. I see after the games, you can see the love. But the one thing your parents allowed you to do was to succeed and to fail. Who was tougher on you after games, mom or dad?
Dad was tough on me. Yeah. And mom is still tough on me, but in a different way, more of like asking me what I did wrong and how am I going to fix it.
Yeah.
They're both still they always praise me and the whole deal still, as parents do. And but dad was more tough on me just because of where he, playing professional golf and being super on the mental side of things. There was never satisfaction with anything. It was always, what were the positives of today? What were the negatives today? And how are you going to repeat those positives and how are you going to fix those negatives? Even to this day, I talk to him every single day about stuff mentally and how I'm going to get better and what I'm doing to prepare.
How's the relationship advanced as a 10-year-old? Because I coach 10-year-olds at batters to today. What are you, 20, 21? How old are you, man?
I'm 20.
You're 20.
Yeah.
The relationship, the love is still there. And I tell you, man, I love your parents. I swear to you, the best thing I've always had is my little program is I love the kids. I love how hard you work. And then you have a good combo with their parents. Nothing worse than a good kid and an asshole parent, or a kid that's not very good. And the parents are so kind to you. There's a bad combo. The best combo was a hardworking player and the parents stay away, but they just support the whole group.
Yeah.
Your relationship with your dad, though, as a 10-year-old, you're talking right now to parents.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship, your dad, what do you remember what benefited you as a young child that's benefiting you today?
I mean, honestly, it feels very similar in my mind from when I was 20 years old to 10 years old. I mean, just, different vocabulary probably, but a lot similar, what did you do wrong? What were you thinking? Just how to think, and super just mental, even when I was 10.
Yes. And as Rob would say, maybe a couple more 4-letter words at times. Could be.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah. I get that. I remember having that relationship with my kids and they were little. I would what are you thinking? Became, what the fuck are you thinking? Excuse my language. Bleep that out. That's all. You just add some information.
Yeah. Just a lot of those, a little more stern of what are you doing?
Yeah, right. You've matured, man. I could see it a lot. Sometimes the parents now, your parents, what we want parents to do, RJ, don't we? Just protect us, allow us to fail, allow us to go. Your dad, the love your dad and mom give you, that's not why you went from 178 to 197. They had already established that it's already been in there what you're going to do. That was RJ Gordon doing that with the conversation you had with your parents when you were 10 and 9 and 8. You must stick through this thing, man. But I just sometimes, man, I see dads out there still, and coaches out there just getting in kids' ass, just jumping on their kid.
It's for them, it's not the big picture is the thing that's really important. It's what's important at this very second, and then how is this going to help in the future. And I feel like a lot of parents are just so worried about now, like, because recruiting is so different now, and it's crazy how 7th and 8th graders are freaking committing to schools. It's unreal. I mean, so parents are going to be so struck on, what does my kid have to do to go to Vanderbilt, or else, if he doesn't hit a home run, my son's not going to play baseball. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Your story, RJ, as we get back, your story is really a beautiful story, man. Going from a good youth player, a great youth player, let me say that, special youth player, to a good baseball program at Notre Dame High School. The injury your freshman year of a torn labrum. Torn? That what you said? Yeah. And to battle back from that. Then, and this doing to the process, because you could have been one of those freshman guys that had an early commits someplace. No different between you, Dean West, or anybody else that's had an early. You just stuck with the process and took care of RJ. And then from there, the Oregon, so you get your Oregon. Yeah, you get recruited to Oregon, Hawaii, and you go to Oregon, which I think great call on that. I think going to Hawaii, being off the island is rough. But then from there, the thought of, hey man, you either get it done or go someplace else.
Yeah.
Get it done or go someplace else. And my point is that is today parents want to get their kids committed you didn't have all that luxury, but yet you're the Friday night guy pitching this Friday night against Cal at home, and you've earned what you've done is you flipping earned it. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
It's
a great story. Yeah.
God dang it, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. Now, yeah.
Yeah.
God dang, you ought to be smiling. I got a kid. I know people can't see you on screen right now. I see the flag, the hat turned around. You're still 10 years old in my eyes, man. You got that. All right. And you sit there and you're proud. You've earned a spot to be at a place where you're proud to be going there, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it here. Yeah.
What's your major? Let's get to that. We're almost done here. What's your major, RJ? I got to know that because I know I'm an academic guy.
Yeah. Super academic. I'm really academic too. I love me some school.
Yeah.
So it's GSS, which is General Social Sciences with an emphasis in business.
Wow.
Basically, the most broad thing you could find in the textbook is what I'm doing.
That's not going to fit on a business card.
No, it's not. And it never will. I will never have a business card.
I swear, I love that. I remember I was a liberal. They call it liberal studies at UC Santa Barbara. Liberal studies. But emphasis. I love the term emphasis. Emphasis.
Yeah.
What it was the most broadest.
Yeah. Find yourself the classes that you could pass and play baseball at the same time. I mean, I'm taking a class, volcanoes and earthquakes.
Wow.
Isn't that going to help me so much in baseball?
Well, you know what, RJ, you're traveling with the family. Let me get this story out. I remember one year I was traveling with my family, wife and 2 kids and 3 kids, and there was a volcano close by.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me, hey, Denny, what if that volcano goes off? What are we going to do? In the book, it probably would say, just get the fuck out of there. I assume.
Run and get out.
Run.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning. I'm learning how to have common sense in that class.
Volcanoes and what? What's the other? Volcanoes and
earthquakes.
Earthquakes. Because you're very similar. Yeah. The problem I'm having right now is I can't establish between an earthquake and a volcano. That rumbling starts going.
Yeah. Is it lava? Is there lava?
That's so classic, man.
Yeah.
What so you got the season coming up. What are you doing this summer? What do you got this summer?
So I haven't signed anything yet, but I'm supposed to go to the Cape.
Yeah.
And play with Harwich or Whitey. There's a couple teams. I haven't signed yet, so I don't know. It just kind of depends on how many innings I end with.
Yeah.
And how far we go. If we go to Omaha, and I probably won't go play summer ball. I also thought about wanting to go to Driveline too. If we go deep, go to Driveline for a couple weeks and do some stuff there.
What's Driveline? We just had a little question on both of us.
Yeah, it's in Seattle. It's they're really big into pitch development and just specific with baseball. Hitters and pitchers can go. It's really like super high tech stuff. Just with mechanics and learning how to move the ball better and just making everything better. So kind of really they really dive deep into analytics is what it is.
Understood.
Driveline baseball.
If that doesn't happen, man, I'm looking for kind of a pitching hitting coach for batters, man. All right. We are 3.
If I'm home and I'm not doing anything, I'm definitely interested in that. That'd be kind of fun.
Listen, I'll pay to come out and talk to the players for sure, man. Your story. I mean this, man. Your story is your parents should be very proud of you. I know they are. Your sister should be proud of you. I know she is, and it's I'm extremely proud to be part of a guy's growth. And it was great to see Hunter Green. I went to Dodger Stadium the other night, saw him pitching against the Dodgers.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I got a feeling, brother, I'm going to see you up there. And the one thing Hunter did to me, though, he big leagued me. I said, Hunt, and he's about 10. Didn't even give me not even a shake, not even a hello, or not even a Heisman. So if you don't mind, and when I do yell out, hey, RJ, can you just look at me? Just give me a look.
I'll look at you.
Would you just a look, okay?
I'll give you a wave.
Just give me a wave. I may be with a bunch of people, but go and give me a wave. Because I tell people I know him. And that night they all went,
no, you don't. You don't know him.
No, you don't. Hey, the other thing I wanted, I'm going to send you my address. I want a sweatshirt, kind of get an Oregon sweatshirt. I think I asked for one. Karen Tony gave me a Yale. Snyder gave me a Valley College. Excuse me. I want some college. I want an Oregon baseball sweatshirt.
I got you. It's on the way.
And then Martyr supposed we have a mutual friend named Mike Barron, and Martyr's going to be. He said Martyr and doesn't his sister coach softball over there?
Yes, she's a softball coach here too. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting Martyr and his sister on here. I'm not sure when, but Good guy. What do you want to say? I know you can't say
Oh
it.
yeah, he's. I mean, the word compete is him. That is him. He just gets after it. I mean, gets after it at practice and at games. He's the vocal guy. He gets us in the zone for sure. He's a good guy.
Okay. So greatest coach you ever played for? Go ahead.
Actual greatest coach I've ever played for?
Yeah. I will delete this and put my name in. No, go ahead, coach.
Denny Barrett.
Say it again.
Denny Barrett.
Thank you. Okay. No, who is the best influence you've had as a player so far, as a coach?
I really think Fesky was a big one.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm still close with Fesky.
Max Fesky, I gotta get him on here. He'll love that.
Fesky. I just because when I had that shoulder injury and he had the same one, kind of took me under the wing, helped me build back from that. I mean, when I came home over break, I got lunch with him a couple times and just keeping in touch with him. So he's definitely been a good influence on me.
You know what? I'm going to bring him. We got to get him on here.
Yeah.
He's a good grad assistant up at Pepperdine, and he's staying there. I agree with you. He stuck in there with you because when you went down with that arm injury, I just threw you out. I said, shit, it's like the trash. I mean, it's seriously, he's a has-been, never was. He's done. He's done. Not a never was, just a has-been. No, he's what were you, 14 or 15? How old were you?
Something like that. Yeah. 15, 16. Yeah.
15, man. And
scrawny guy.
Yeah. Hey, brother, I really appreciate you doing this for me, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, Denny.
No, anytime. I'm a big fan of yours, and we'll get your dad on here. And we got about, again, like 6,000 kids and coaches and parents that listen to this, and they need to know about RJ Gordon. And so good luck this weekend on Friday night, and stay in touch. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get that sweatshirt over to you.
I'd like that. that. And if I'm going to say right now, if you're not playing, we'll get you out to Batters and work with some of these younger kids for a little bit.
Heck yeah.
Your story's beautiful, brother. Keep up the good work. Okay.
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, thank you. Hang on.
Yes.
We're off, right? Oh, go ahead. Okay, hang on. Hey, man, that was good, dude.